Okay, let me see what we can do with this photo here. I'd say just follow along and let's see what happens. First thing is I'm going to crop in. Use the rule of thirds. So that's going to be pretty much the photo that I want. Bring down the highlights. That will help any of the bright areas to show a little more detail, and open up the shadows to bring the details in the shadows. The histogram here is looking pretty good. I don't have too many blacks and I have no white, so we have to bring in a little white. So push the histogram a little over until a warning comes, like it just did. Here's the warning here. So let me bring it back just a little bit until the warning goes away. And the blacks, we've got some blacks. I'll bring that down just a little bit. So that's looking pretty good. Now we'll shoot on over into Photoshop. So now we're in Photoshop. I'll make a copy of the image. And that I put there. Now I'm going to blur the background first of all. So to do that, I'll use a Gaussian filter. That blurs it pretty good. And now I want to add some structure to the background. And to do that, I have a brush here. It's called Kyle's concept brush. It's free on the internet. You can get it. You can download it. You just have to Google it. And you see how that adds some texture here to the background. I just want to do the whole background like that. So there's the background I want to use. So let me get these two areas here. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So now I'll copy the original photo again. Put that on top of the background, make it visible. And now what I want to do is I want to select the subject. So now the bird is selected. And what I want to do is I want to make a layer mask now, erasing everything else. So with the part I want selected, the part I want to keep, and then I come down here to create a new layer mask, and oops, it didn't work. So there's our layer mask. And that's looking pretty good. I think I'll just leave it the way it is. Change my brush to a soft round brush and zoom in. And you see we've got some areas here where in the highlights where the details are lost. We've got to correct that. And to do that, I'll copy and just, so I have to make sure I'm on the photo, copy over some details to add details back into that. So now these areas there where the details were lost, because it was overexposed. We now have details. And here I want to do a little bit of this area too, exactly the same thing. And here we've got some loss. Reduce the image size again, and that looks pretty good. So let me add just a little bit of fog in here because I think that could look good. And I've got, whoops, that's flares. I want smoke, fog and smoke. Got some fog here. Let me take this, copy it in, and just take a look at what that's going to look like. Now I want to blend that in, and usually a screen mode works pretty good for that. But I don't want it to be that intense, so I'm going to bring the opacity down a little bit. Yeah, something like that I think looks good. And we'll copy that. Oops, let me do it over here. Copy. Here we go. So, and move that on over. And one more time. Yeah, I think that's looking pretty good. So let's go back into LightRoom. Whoops. So now back into LightRoom. Takes a second. Okay, we're back into LightRoom. Now in LightRoom, we'll adjust the highlights one more time. Adjust the shadows one more time. Bring the whites back over. Now we've lost a lot of our black color, so we want to bring in some blacks. Now we'll sharpen the photo a little bit. Let's go sharpen. And to sharpen the photo, I use Topaz Photo AI. As far as I'm concerned, that is a really good product, and I can only encourage everybody to buy it, but it's very graphics card intensive, and you need a very good graphics card to work effectively with it. I'm going to change this a little bit. I'm going to check here natural. I think natural is good. I'm going to stick with that. Export back to Adobe. And there we've got our photo. Now I can adjust the basic settings one more time. So, and let me bring the light up from the bottom. And put a little bit of a halo around it, a vintage. And I want to lighten the eyes up just a little bit. add just a little touch of yellow, make them just a little warmer. And I think that'll be it. Yeah, and that concludes the image processing of this photo. I think agree it's quite a bit different than it was at the beginning. I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.